I survived 100 days as a werewolf in Minecraft. While I was camping in the forest alone one night, hoping to get an epic photo of the full moon, I was attacked by what I thought was some kind of bear. Little did I know, that was no bear. It was a fully grown werewolf and I had been bitten. Now every time a full moon comes around in Minecraft, I turn into one of these terrifying beasts. I have 100 days before the blue moon circles back to Earth, and if I'm still a werewolf then, I'll be stuck as one forever. So I set myself 3 main objectives. 1. Keep the fact that I'm a werewolf a complete secret. Nobody can find out. 2. Find a sire wolf and extract its blood so I can make wolfsbane and cure this curse. And 3. Try not to get captured by Van Helsing, or else it will be all for nothing. Do I have what it takes to find the cure and end this curse before the blue moon? Or will I be captured and forced to spend the rest of my life behind bars? Stay tuned to find out what happens next. I woke up the next morning after being attacked by that strange looking bear. I was feeling okay, but I did have a bite mark on my arm, so I started to pack up my camp and head for home. I put away the last of my camping gear and decided to go and tell my next door neighbor Sharky. I knocked on his door and when he answered, I told him about my night in the woods. He thinks I should go to the hospital and get it looked at, and I'm starting to think he was right. We arrived at the hospital and checked in with this nurse. She was very nice. After waiting an hour or so, this doctor came out and asked me to follow him. I told Sharky to stay here until I was back. The doc took a look at the bite. It's weird because he said it looks nothing like a bite from a bear. At least not one he's ever seen before. He gave me some medications in case of infection and then sent me on my way. I got back home and said my goodbyes to Sharky, then I went inside and settled in for the night. I had no idea what was coming for me. On day 2, the strangest thing happened. I had arrived at school and I was about to head in when I saw this squirrel. I couldn't help myself. I started to growl at it. Grrr. Then, when it went to leave, I chased it. What was I thinking? I chased it all over the school campus just trying to catch it to eat it, I guess. But why? Eventually, it climbed up this pole and I just started growling. Grrr. I think I've lost my mind a little. Later that day, when I was in class, that stupid squirrel came back to tease me at the window and I lost it. I ran towards the window, barking and growling. Grrr. And eventually, I broke through the glass. But that's when I realized what I'd done. I turned around and everyone was looking at me like some sort of freak. I went straight home after. Something was not right. I was starting to act like a stray dog. The next few days I spent on my computer doing some research into my behavior. And by the looks of it, I'm a 6-month-old Labrador. I even drew a picture of the thing that bit me the other night, but it doesn't look anything like a bear. What was I thinking? Even Sharky came over to take a look. He thinks that it looks like the guy who lives down the street. But he's just really hairy, so it's not him. I woke up on day 6 feeling a little groggy. When I looked in the mirror, I nearly had a heart attack. By the looks of it, I had double the hair I had last night when I went to sleep. What is going on? I went straight to my hair salon and begged them to fit me in, and thankfully, she did. After a few hours in the chair, I was starting to feel like myself again. Over the next few days, things started to get even worse. On day 7, Sharky had to keep ringing my doorbell in the middle of the night until I woke up and answered because I was barking in my sleep and he could hear me next door. On day 11, I realized I could smell another dog from miles away. Not the worst. I did find this little fox. So cute. On day 13, I found myself standing in my back garden looking up into the sky for hours. It was all so strange. Today started off just like the rest. I arrived at school and said hello to my friends. I went to my classes and took notes. I even went to the Japanese gardens near campus to read after school. It wasn't until I got home and it got dark outside that it happened. The clouds parted in the sky and revealed the full moon. I had no idea what was happening. It felt like my skin was on fire. I could feel my teeth getting bigger and my clothes starting to tear. And then I became a werewolf for real. What's going on? I ran out to the back of my house and into the forest. I didn't want to, but my new body had just took over. I stared at the moon and howled like I never had before. Ow! I chased down these bunnies and made myself a little werewolf snack. I was so fast and strong. Nothing could kill me. Ow! I had no idea where I was when I stumbled across this random house. Oh no, is that someone standing outside? I could smell their sweet scent from here. No, I don't want to eat them, but I couldn't stop myself. No! I woke up on day 15 in the middle of the forest. What happened? All my clothes were torn and dirty. Was I taken and left out here? Did I sleepwalk? Why do I smell like a dog? I got home and cleaned myself up. Then I went over to Sharky's house to tell him I'd woken up in the forest. He was as confused as I was, but now he's also a little bit worried. He pointed at the TV and told me this guy was all over the news this morning. Apparently, he got attacked by a werewolf and survived, but looks like no one believes him. It sounds like it happened near the place I woke up. Did a werewolf take me? We headed over to this guy's house right away to see if he had any more information for me. When we got there, he was in a real mess. He told me he saw something in the front yard running at him and then attacked him. He said it was a giant werewolf and he was lucky to be alive. This was all a little too much for me, so when I got home, I went right to bed. Sharky stayed over on the couch to keep an eye on me. I pretty much slept the next 2 days. That and watched movies with Sharky. We watched this one about a werewolf living in the city. It was super funny. Sharky was about to leave when he stopped at the door.
Wait a second. That movie we just watched, didn't it remind you of all the symptoms and your behaviors lately? Imagine you were the werewolf.
Very funny, Sharky. Good night. I was just about to get into bed when Sharky's words hit me. Wait, what if I was the werewolf? That would explain a lot, right? On day 19, I walked to the little library/coffee shop down the end of my road. I searched every shelf looking for books about werewolves, but they only had some in the fiction love story section. That's weird. Anyway, I asked the girl at the counter if she knew anywhere I could find one, and she told me about the little antique shop not too far away. When I got there, my nose nearly exploded with the smell of dust. Jeez! I looked around, but I couldn't find anything. I asked the guy behind the counter, and he gave me this. It was a mobile number and a name, Van Helsing. He must have the info I was looking for. I went onto the street and found this payphone. I called this guy Van Helsing. He sounds British, huh? He said he could meet me tomorrow night at the Dockland Amusement Park. I guess he likes the cotton candy there. The next night, I arrived at the Dockland Park and the place was so busy. I really didn't want to queue for hours. Eventually, I got inside and made my way to the main stage area. I wonder who's playing tonight. After a while, I was over in the food court area when a strange-looking man was calling to me. He was in between those two food stalls. I moved in closer and asked him if he was okay. He told me he was Van Helsing. OMG! He told me to follow him quickly. He brought me to the back where the containers were and explained to me that if I was seeking his help, I would already be in danger. I asked him what he knows, and he went on to tell me that he hunts and kills werewolves for a living. In fact, he's the best. Yikes. Now I don't want to tell him that I think I'm a werewolf. Eventually, he left after telling me to watch my back. Oh man, I could actually be a werewolf, and I just met the guy who wants to kill me. The next week, I searched the internet for the cure. I needed it, or else Van Helsing was gonna find out and kill me. One source told me to go here to find the cure, but when I arrived, nobody had a clue what I was talking about. One link told me to go here. It said that there was meant to be an old crystal and potion shop, but it looks like that's long gone. My final hope was this mobile number I got from Reddit. It said that he has the cure that I need. I rang him and set up a meet. So on night 27, I met him in this church's graveyard. Creepy, but he said it's only 2 blocks from his house. I was waiting for about 20 minutes when he finally showed up. He gave me this? A golden apple? Really? He said it has toxins and medicines in there to counteract the bite I got off that werewolf 27 days ago. I took a bite and nothing. He said it takes a few hours, but now I'm curse-free. I did it, and it wasn't even that hard, and it only cost me $30 too. On day 28, I chilled with Sharky and we played some baseball. Yeah, I suck. Later on that evening, we decided to go to the cinema. I know it was a full moon tonight, but that didn't matter because I was cured. We got our drinks and our popcorn, and then we headed into the screen. Oh, it looks like we might even have the entire place to ourselves. I took my seat, and just as the movie was about to start, I started to feel weird. I could feel something wasn't right. I could feel the full moon coming out. I ran straight to the bathroom. How could this be? I thought I took the cure. Ugh, I'm still a werewolf and that guy owes me 30 bucks. Oh no, I was back as a werewolf again. This is not good. If anyone sees me, I'm dead. I leave the bathroom and there's one of the cinema staff.
Whoa, killer costume, man, far out.
I ran for it, right out the door and towards the woods, but this time it felt different. Now that I was in the middle of the woods, I let off my moon howl. Ow! Just as I finished, I heard a twig break behind me. Someone's here. I can smell them. I went to investigate. What or who could that be? Just as I was getting closer, I found this. A cow skin? Now why on earth would someone leave a... Ah! It's a trap! It's Van Helsing! He took a shot at me with his crossbow, but it missed. I ran for it. I ducked between the trees and eventually I got away. Jeez, that was a close one. On day 29, it happened again. I woke up in the middle of the forest with torn clothes, smelling like a dog, but this time, I remember everything. I went straight home and grabbed my neighbor Sharky. I told him everything that happened, including the memories I had previously forgotten. I had told him about Van Helsing and meeting him and the fact that he tried to kill me last night. Then, Sharky came up with an idea. He showed me this picture he drew and it actually made sense. We're gonna build me a prison cell until we can get answers. That way, when a full moon hits, I'll be locked away and everyone will be safe. First things first, we went to the astronomy center to get a moon cycle calendar. This will tell us when the next full moon is. As Sharky grabbed it, I couldn't help but notice that man standing waiting on the other side. Was that Van Helsing? Then we checked out a building site that was not too far away from my house. This will be the perfect place to get supplies we need to build for my new werewolf prison. Then we went back to my place to try and figure out where we'd build it so no one would take notice. After a while, we realized it won't work here. But it will work here, Sharky's garage. It's the perfect size and only he lives here, so nobody else will hear me. Over the next week or so, we went back and forth at nighttime and took stuff that we needed to build my new prison cell. Then, we got to work putting it all together in Sharky's basement. And finally, on day 42, we did it. We have this lovely, top-level, high-security prison. Okay, it isn't that great, but it will do. Sharky checked the calendar, and by his calculations on the moon cycle, we have 2 days left until the next full moon. We decided to celebrate tomorrow night, and instead I'd get an early night tonight. But for some reason, I could feel the change happening now. I tried to make my way back to Sharky's, but it was too late. Oh! I went crazy. I saw one of my neighbors and I attacked him. I chased him all around the estate before I finally caught him and took a swipe at him. Ow! I feel stronger and more in touch with my power. I feel like I can take on this Van Helsing. Rumor has it that Mr. Van Helsing, Fancy Pants Werewolf Hunter, lives right here. And I was gonna be the one who kills him. I waited until I saw him in the open, then I attacked. I went for his face, his eyes, I even pulled his hair. Hey, what can I say? I fight like a girl werewolf, okay? I thought I was winning, but then he took out some kind of axe, and man did it hurt. I needed to get away quickly. I lost him in the forest beside the main road. I guess I'll find somewhere comfy to sleep here tonight. Day 43, and guess what? I woke up in the forest again! Sharky! I went home and had a quick shower and changed my clothes, then I went to kill Sharky. I found him in his garden playing with a snail. He's such a weirdo. I told him what happened and he was shocked. He said the calendar 100% says it's tomorrow night, not last night. We went into his basement and looked at the calendar again. Yeah, tomorrow night, not tonight. I took a look at it and OMG. Sharky, this is a moon cycle calendar for 2017. It's 2021, you idiot. Whatever, last night happened, but now I had a plan. I made my way back to Van Helsing's house because now I have a plan. I told him that I saw a werewolf and that I wanted to help him track it down and kill it. He invited me in. Thank goodness he didn't realize that I'm the werewolf. Once we were inside, I asked him about werewolves and if they could be cured.
Why, yes, of course they can. All you need is the blood from a sire wolf to make wolfsbane potion and reverse the curse. But good luck getting that.
He went on to explain that a sire wolf is the only wolf in the clan that can turn a human into a werewolf with one bite. He said he hasn't seen one in many years until now. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. So that wolf that bit me must have been a sire wolf, and if I get its blood, I can create a cure for myself. I told Van Helsing that I had to go, and then he invited me to go hunting with him over the next few nights. So I said yes. Over the next 10 days, myself and Van Helsing searched all over the city for signs of the sire wolf. We searched graveyards, we searched parks at night where the teenagers hung around just in case this sire wolf decided on a few late night bites. We even snuck on top of the roof at the animal shelter to see if the sire wolf came through. But it's just like the last few places, nothing. We were making our way back home on night 55 when Van Helsing spotted something. It looked like a pig, but only half of it. He thinks we're getting close. We pushed further into the forest, but nothing. At this stage, I was so tired and fully aware that tomorrow night was the full moon. Van Helsing set up camp for the night, and then we got some rest. Van Helsing woke me after what felt like an hour or two, but he told me I've slept for over 17 hours? What? He had already packed camp and followed a trail, and now he thinks he knows where the sire wolf was holding up. We arrived at the edge of the city, and there it was. An abandoned oil rig where he thinks the sire wolf is hiding out. Oh no, I can feel the change coming on. I tried to leave, but he wants to go over there now. I can feel the heat coming. Oh no, Van Helsing is gonna see that I'm a werewolf. Ow! Before I could get away, I turned, and that's when it all kicked off. Without control, I went for Van Helsing. I had to kill him now, or he'll kill me first for sure. Our battle spilled down onto the beach, one nearly fatal shot after another. Eventually, he had me so weak. This was it. Van Helsing was about to finish me off. I have failed my 100 days. No! I woke up on day 57 completely confused. Is this heaven? No, wait. Is this the other place? Then, in walked Sharky. Wait, what? He told me that after Van Helsing knocked me out, he brought me back here to lock me in this cage until morning. Turns out Van Helsing has known all along, and he's been keeping tabs on me. We went upstairs, and there he was. He explained to me that he's been watching me, and he knows that I've been recently bitten. He thinks he can help me get the sire wolf blood I need, but we don't have much time.
You see, once every year there's a rare moon cycle, and it's called the blue moon. If we haven't got your cure before that comes around, I'm afraid you'll be stuck like this forever. We don't have much time. The blue moon is exactly 43 days, and we still need to capture the sire wolf.
For now, I needed my rest, so I went home and spent the day with me, myself, and Netflix. If I was going to help defeat the sire wolf and get its blood to make the cure, I would have to do it in human form. So, for the next few weeks, I needed to train. I had to train all my senses, including my hearing, for when it's dark. Kick this butt. I even had to learn how to fight off more than just one attacker at a time, just in case. And I think I'm doing pretty okay. And finally, I had to learn how to jump from a height and hold my breath in case the sire wolf jumps from the oil rig. On night 69, I made my way to get a final night's sleep in my own bed before I get locked up in my werewolf prison again tomorrow. Here it is, change day. I got some ice cream from my fridge and some juice. I headed over to Sharky's garage, and then Sharky and Van Helsing locked me inside. They're gonna stay here all night just in case I tried to escape. And as you can imagine, I tried. I made the change into a werewolf and tried everything to get out. Looks like we did a pretty good job making this prison. The next morning, I woke up in my cell with a fresh pizza and all my weapons and gear. I guess it's go time. I said my goodbyes to Sharky and left. We arrived at the edge of the city, myself and Van Helsing, all ready to go. We jumped into our boats and made a straight line for that oil rig. We have no idea what's waiting inside for us. We eventually get there and off our boats. Looks like this is the way in. We kept climbing until we reached the main deck of this oil rig. Now it's time to armor up. We put on our kit, take out our weapons, and make our way inside. We check every room one by one, but there's still no sign of that sire wolf. Come to think of it, why would it be out here anyway? I feel like there's something Van Helsing isn't telling me. Just as I arrived on the next level of the oil rig, I spotted it. The sire wolf. It made a run for it, and man did I follow. I jumped right down after it from pump to pump, all the way until it reached the edge. No you don't, you silly wolf. It did it. It jumped right off the edge. Nothing could survive that drop. By the time I got to the edge and looked down, a big ship was there, and it looked like they had the sire wolf inside. Is that a military ship? What is going on here? I found Van Helsing and told him what I saw.
Righto. Looks like the army has it back in custody. This is not going to be easy anymore.
Okay, that's it. I need some answers and I want them now. Over the next few days, Van Helsing explained why the military were protecting the sire wolf. He brought me to Ground Zero, the location where the sire wolf was made? Made? What? He explained how the sire wolf was a military experiment gone wrong. The military planned on turning an ordinary soldier into a war machine, but instead turned him into a werewolf. Van Helsing was hired to kill it, but the army general said no. He wanted to continue the experiment. Eventually, the werewolf broke out, but now it looks like they have it back in custody. We had to come up with a plan to stop this thing once and for all, and end this madness. We spent the week watching over this nuclear power plant the army had the sire wolf captured in. It's heavily protected. The only plan that makes sense is if I go in as a werewolf and tear these guys limb from limb. Day 84, the next full moon. I stayed in the woods with Van Helsing until it was time to make the change. Ow! It's go time. I stormed the facility making light work of these soldiers. I took them down one by one while making my way inside. I eventually made it down to the testing/reactor room. This poor guy looks like he's trapped in there. I killed the rest of the soldiers and then I tried to free the sire wolf. The werewolf in me wants him to be free. And then it hit me. A tranquilizer dart from behind. Oh no, now I'm captured too. I woke up feeling totally groggy. Where am I? Wait, is this Sharky's garage? This makes no sense. In walks Van Helsing. But how did he get me back here? I thought I got captured by the military.
I hit you with the tranquilizer dart. It was the only way I could guarantee you wouldn't try and kill me when I had to complete the mission.
Wait, the mission? The sire wolf blood, did he get it? Am I cured? I was losing my mind when finally Van Helsing took out a bottle of grape juice.
Ha ha ha! This is not grape juice. This is sire wolf blood. You needed to make the wolf's bane potion.
Woo! We did it! I'm cured! Well, at least I thought I was. Turns out it's not that simple. These labs, owned and protected by the military, hold the other two ingredients I was going to need to make the wolf's bane potion. Turns out they have multiple labs around the city, so we had to break in and check every single one. This one looks clear. It has nothing I need to finish off this stupid cure. Then we went into the final lab in the city, and by the looks of the security inside, this one has to be the one with the stuff I need, and they're expecting me any minute. We were just about to head inside when I could feel the change coming. Wait, no, it's night 98. How could I have not noticed? This is the final full moon before the blue moon in 2 days. If I don't get the cure now, I'm stuck like this forever. We had no time to waste. Myself and Van Helsing stormed the building, taking out the soldiers. We made our way up the stairs, desperately searching for the cure. The change, it's coming. I can feel it. Ow! No, I have to fight it. Just when I thought all was lost, Van Helsing found the parts I needed to finish the potion. But it was too late. The change, it's happening. I can't hold it off any longer. Ow! Day 99, I woke up in a forest outside the city. Oh no, we didn't do it. I'm gonna be stuck like this forever. I heard something coming through the trees. Oh, I have no weapons and I'm all alone. I'm so doomed, but it was Van Helsing. How?
Well done, little Kelly. It worked. I managed to inject the potion into your bloodstream just as you were turning, and it stopped the process in its tracks. You are cured. I managed to lift you up and out of the lab into the forest to hide. We did it.
OMG, we did it! I am no longer a werewolf. Woohoo! I knew what I had to do. I recorded a video telling my story and outing the military's secret plans to create war monsters. I uploaded it to my YouTube channel and it went viral. By day 100, I was not only cured, I had the evil army general behind bars. We did it, guys. We found the cure. Van Helsing didn't kill me, and I kind of told the world everything. But hey, it worked out.